You are Locked On Astros Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that was nice. Sure would have been nice if they did that a night ago, but the ups and the downs of the 2024 season continue for your Houston Astros tonight on the up, a night after being on the down, as they get the victory over the Chicago White Sox by a final of 4-1. I'm Michael Connor, of course, your host here for the Locked On Astros Postcast. Thank you for joining us every night when these games get wrapped up. Astros the victory today, which you'll love to see it, correct? Lot to get into, from Hunter Brown to the offense that wasn't expected out of a few bats, to the ups and the downs of this season as the Astros get the victory. We'll talk through it all over the next few minutes, breaking it all down from the win tonight as the Astros improved to 34-40 on the season. And at this moment, I have some news. I shouldn't say I have some news. I have an update to the standings. The Astros are now 9 games back, baby. Single digits again, because the Mariners lost already today. So good news, people. They're on their way. Now the Mariners just need to lose 9 games in a row, and the Astros need to win 9 games in a row. Astros can't put together multiple wins in a row, so I'm going to go ahead and say that my bet there on them winning multiple games in a row or winning 9 games in a row, probably not going to come true at all. This episode tonight, by the way, is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use code, all lowercase, LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. So let's start with the star of the night. And to me, the star is obvious. Sorry to Cesar Salazar, who he's the offensive star of the night, because who saw that coming? Nobody. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a game, and we talked about this on last night's show. I didn't think that they're going to come in here and win against Garrett Crochet, and he's been great this season. I mean, I just figured go ahead and chalk this one up as a loss, especially after the way that they played last night, where the bats didn't do a darn thing. Tonight, I mean, Joe Espada threw out a B lineup of all B lineups, right? You still don't have Yordan. You're without Kyle Tucker. You've got Yainer Diaz hitting in the 4-hole tonight. You got Jake Myers now hitting in the 6th. He's playing Hummel out there in the left, bringing in Cabbage later in the game. He's got Cesar Salazar coming into the game, who, by the way, was the hero at the plate. I mean, just what a weird night. All around. Everything about it completely weird, but in a good way. And, you know, again, as we've talked about till we're blue in the face, I would like to believe that they're going to figure something out and get back closer to 500. They just have to do it consistently. And these are the kind of nights, though, even against a very bad White Sox team, that you go, hey, okay, you played better baseball. Now just can you bottle it up? Got to win tomorrow, day game tomorrow. But the star of the night tonight is Hunter Brown. 6 consecutive quality starts. And I'm telling you, I'm blown away with the way that he started the season. I think I tweeted it a couple of times, or at least once, that, hey, I'm good with not watching Hunter Brown pitch anymore in the rotation. And credit to him. He changed up the repertoire. He started using that sinker and everything, and look what's happened. He's been absolutely incredible. Chandler Rome tweeted out some stats on him a little while ago that were pretty remarkable when you really think about the way that he started his season, which was just absolutely horrific. I mean, the worst it could get. Hunter Brown, this is from Chandler Rome of The Athletic, has a 2.45 ERA across his last 50 and a third innings, a stretch in which he's lowered his season ERA from 9.78 to 4.72. Brown has thrown at least 6 innings in 6 consecutive games. He's kind of saved his status inside of the Astros organization when it comes to rotation. He truly has. Now, He's benefiting from the fact as well that, they've got multiple guys out at this point. So he's guaranteed his spot. Doesn't have to worry about it as much. But he's finally pitching to the potential that we all knew he had, that every evaluator out there told you he had, that every prospect ranking system out there told you he had and who he was going to be. This is what they have to have out of him all the time. You just watch him throw. He has the stuff to dominate any lineup, good or bad. Now, look, again, tonight, playing a White Sox team that they're not good. They're the worst team in baseball. They're going to end up winning about, maybe 60 games on the season, if they're lucky at this point. They're not good. But you still have to go out there and execute. And he executed again tonight. He got deeper into the baseball game. He got 6 innings, like we mentioned there, which is what he's done pretty consistently. And that's two straight starts now. 2 straight starts for Hunter Brown where he's not walked guys. And think about that. And that's happened a lot for, guys where they struggle early in their career. We're seeing it with Spencer Arrighetti, who will pitch tomorrow, by the way, where they can't control the strike zone. And they are constantly working deep counts and putting guys on base. And eventually, look, when you walk guys, you eventually pay the price. I mean, go back to Hunter Brown's early starts in the season where he was terrible and where he gave up 5 runs in his first or his second start of the season. Guess how many he walked that night? 4. Let's fast forward to his next start. Well, the one against Kansas City, he didn't have to walk a bunch of guys because it only lasted 2/3 of an inning and gave up 11 hits. But his start where he gave up 6 runs, he walked a couple. He's had a game with 4 walks, a couple games with 3. But you look at the trend this month, and this month alone now, he's got a chance to win AL Player of the Month. AL Pitcher of the Month. I think I do AL Pitcher of the Month. He's 4 starts in. He's 3-0. He has a 1.44 ERA in the month. 25 innings, 29 strikeouts, 5 walks. Opponents are hitting just 209 against him in the month, and he has a whip below 1. That's the Hunter Brown that we've all been asking for, correct? That's the one. And if they keep getting that guy, they're set up pretty well towards the top. Him and Ronel Blanco and Framber Valdez. Notice I didn't even mention Justin Verlander. One of these days he'll come back, not be dead out there on the mound. That'd be good. Add that to the mix. Have a Luis Garcia later in the season. Get into the mix. Maybe Spencer Arrighetti at some point needs to be shut down because of inning limits, whatever it might be. They can still have some depth pitching-wise, but this development of Hunter Brown pitching like an ace on the staff is massive. Now, you could always come back with, look at who he's doing it against. I get it. But really, since May 22nd, it's during this streak. 6 innings, 2 runs. 6 innings, 1 run. 6 innings, 3 runs. 6 innings, no runs. 7 innings, no runs. 6 innings, 1 run. He's been awesome. His command is picked up. And I think the number one thing when I watch him is that you don't do all this unless you're extremely focused finally on the mound. And I think that being a young guy, when things go bad and you're pitching poorly, it's easy to turn right back around and go, oh, my God, and let the bad stuff affect you and carry it, and then the outings go poorly quickly. But now he's building a little confidence early, gets his defense working behind him, of course, because he loves to get a good ground ball, and you're seeing the potential. He can still be a guy that pushes himself to a top of the rotation type of guy based off of pure stuff. The question continues to be, will he put this together consistently? And credit to him. for shutting down my thought that I had early in the season, my feelings towards him early in the season, that I think a lot of you shared as well. He is absolutely figuring it out. And for a team that has to figure it out collectively, this man is pulling his weight now. And if it wasn't for Ronel Blanco having the season of his life, he'd be getting all the love and praise in this rotation based off the way he's been going as of late. A lot more to get into, the ups and the downs of this season continuing, tonight being the up. We'll get to all that momentarily here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, you're burning rubber, not cash. Simple as that. Every time, or your money back. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit. Only available to U.S. customers. One more message before we get back into the Astros discussion, and that is on Prize Picks. Have you downloaded Prize Picks yet? Well, if you haven't, why not? I tell you about this all the time. Why you waiting? Get in on the action at Prize Picks. Make your baseball watching this summer a more enjoyable experience. Maybe you're feeling some soccer going on. You know, the big UEFA Euro is going on over there. They've got you covered at Prize Picks. It's picking more or less on players, putting it together, and you are ready to roll. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game, watching your favorite sports all summer long. You could pick a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members, including this guy. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. Locked On Astros Postcast rolling on here tonight following a 4-1 win over the Chicago White Sox. Isn't it nice when you beat a team that you're supposed to beat? And, not going out there and completely just wetting the bed offensively like you did the night before. It's kind of nice. It'd be kind of nice if the Astros could find a way to do that semi-consistently. I don't want to beg and choose to, you beg too much because, like I say, beggars can't be choosers. But I'm at that stage where give me some consistency. And this month was supposed to be the month that provided that for this baseball club. We always kind of go over that, just how they've really kind of fumbled the ball in this month, given how light this schedule was overall in this month, of June. You go back and look at it now, after going 15-14 last month, that's a 51% winnage percentage. They're now 9-7 in the month of June. It's acceptable, but it's not good, right? Like, it's not moving the needle. So basically, since their 10-19 start, they are a team that is 3 games over 500 since then. Since May 1, they are 24-21. Yeah, 3 games over 500. That's it in that stretch. That's not going to fix it. That's not going to turn it around. It's just not. You can't keep playing around 500 baseball and expect to become a winning team. Given a gift tonight, of course, with the Mariners losing, and they had a wild one tonight. I think J.P. Crawford got tossed. And Scott Service got tossed. Over there screaming at umpires all up in their face and whatnot. It's very Scott Service of him. But that team is still lacking something there, is Seattle. Does that mean the Astros can catch them? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say it again. But they're not catching the Mariners. The American League West race is over. The Mariners have won the West. Congratulations. They have too much pitching unless these guys are going to have rotator cuffs, get a bunch of, tears in them, or elbows, the UCL pops in a bunch of them. They have too much pitching in place to not win games consistently. And that's the formula, right? I mean, look, we've seen it here forever. Outpitch your opponent, and then the Astros case, they also out-hit their opponent throughout the years. So, if Seattle ever found a way to hit the ball consistently, because they're still not, that's the craziest thing. You go look at, they're not the best offensive team by any means. I mean, the Astros have scored more runs this season than Seattle has. There's 3. I don't know if this number's updated for the Astros or not. Let's just assume it is. No, they just updated. Okay. The Astros have scored 323 runs in the season. The Mariners have scored 296. Both teams have a positive run differential. The Astros at +5. The Mariners at +14. And look, I get it. That's where you fall back on numbers and data, and that kind of tells you the story. You know what really tells me the story of this team this season? And you just go look at it for a lot of these teams. Their record against teams that are under 500. It's mind-blowing, to be honest with you. They're 8-21 against teams that have a losing record this season. 8-21. That's what's something that's been lacking for this baseball team in 2024 is that kind of killer instinct that they've always had when it came to playing inferior opponents. I think about it through all the years. The Angels have been down forever. They kicked the you-know-what out of the Angels consistently. The A's, they were beating the A's quite a bit when they were a good baseball team. But when they reverted back to being the dumpster fire A's, the Astros just slapping around like silly. I mean, even the Rangers, they've beaten up on the Rangers throughout the years. And, the Rangers won a World Series last year, but they're worse than the Astros this year. I'm telling you, that was a one-year fluke. But you can't take it away from them. It's the truth. They were the champions. But, I mean, the Astros have beat up on them for years as well, even when they're good. And they did last year. And we're just not seeing that with this team this year. Tonight, okay, you got to win against a team that's got the worst record in baseball. I'm still disappointed that there's no chance to go into the game tomorrow for a chance to sweep, because they did actually need a sweep of this series, period. By the way, welcome to the YouTube channel tonight. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button. You can also get involved. We've got the community tab on the page. I posted something earlier about should the Astros be sellers at the deadline. We can talk about that in just a brief moment as well, because I think the opinions, obviously, well, first of all, of course, the opinions differ, but I'm going to try and put stuff up like that more often, post with you guys. We can go back and forth, be a little bit more active. So we're on our climb to 1,000 subscribers, by the way. We're getting there, people. If you can help us get there tonight, I would greatly appreciate it. Creep even closer to it. I think we're at 9. Let's look at our latest number. 957 subscribers. So let's go. 43 to go. Could you be one of the 43 people that does it? That'd be great. And if you are, just send me a message on Twitter, and I will send you a signed autograph of my face. I'll take a screenshot of this screen and sign it and send it to your home. I got nothing else to offer you. So I offer you my time. I offer you my friendship, my companionship. No. Being the person that can vent for you when you need to vent. Whatever it is, I'm here for you guys. Like you guys have been here for me. So please, again, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world. We're trying to get to that 1,000 1,000 subscriber mark here on YouTube, which is a very big deal. Let's talk about that deadline question that I asked, and tomorrow being another. Yep, that's right. Another must-win game for the Astros tomorrow. That's next here in the Locked On Astros Postcast. Are you looking to get yourself into the right policy when it comes to life insurance? Well, Policygenius, the place to go. Look, this is a company that is not out there looking to upsell you on this or that or the other and get you into something that you don't need to be in, that you're going to put the money in the wrong place, too much money, whatever it might be. They don't have bias. They're not trying to push you to one company or the other. They're truly trying to take your needs and what you need more than anything else and get them taken care of by the best company out there when it comes to life insurance. There's so much positive feedback we've been getting from people that listen to this show and other Locked On shows. So you need to join them and get in with Policygenius. Get peace of mind by finding the right life insurance with Policygenius. Head to policygenius.com or click the link in the description below to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com. One more message before we get back to our Astros discussion. And, here at Locked On Astros Postcast, we pride ourselves, of course, on getting you the latest news for your team, whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, or the playoffs. It's year-round, baby. You know what else is year-round? Collection season. And the IRS, well, just because tax season is over doesn't mean they will stop coming after you for your unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Ain't nobody got time for that. Don't let the IRS target you. Get the license. Let licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or finally hit that parlay this season and need help correctly filing, call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. See the link in the episode description below. All right, the Locked On Astros Postcast rolling along for a few more minutes. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Again, if you're new, please hit the subscribe button to get there. Gregory asked, how many users do I need to make? I think, Gregory, if you're on that train where you're going to make a bunch of users, which I'm not going to tell you yes or no to make users. Gregory said, okay, Gregory, if we make it to 1,000 in the next 24 hours, you'll have made enough new email accounts. So I appreciate your commitment to it, man. I think we need 43 subscribers to hit 1,000. So please spread the word, or do what Gregory's going to do and make a bunch of accounts and hit subscribe. No, I'd rather it be real people, of course. I want everybody to watch and to join us. I asked the question to you guys in the community page earlier today with a simple poll of should the Astros be, hey, my dad's watching. And he said Giga Mags. Dad, if you're still watching, hi. And I think the Aggies are winning, right? It's College World Series going on tonight. My dad's he loves his Aggies, so hi, Dad. That's that. If you see Mike Connor in the comments, that's my father. I didn't know he had a YouTube page. You better be subscribed, Dad. I can tell you that right now. But asking you the question of, will the no, Gregory, you don't need to live stream me on 47 devices every night. I'm just saying subscribe to the page. Hit the subscribe button. Just make 47 accounts. You got it. And there you go. Top 6-0 in the top of the ninth, I guess, for the Aggies. So if my dad's still hanging around, I'm sure he's still watching. But should they be sellers at the trade deadline? And I think the simple answer is yes, still. They can change my mind. I know Dana Brown had some comments. Has had some comments recently about where it's going to go and what they should do and, how they're going to improve this team and everything. But you know what? I just can't see you not selling something off. We talked a little bit about it last night. It's going to be something I think we continue to monitor and continue to talk about. Tomorrow, though, something else that you're going to monitor, Mr. Spaghetti's on the mound, Spencer Arrighetti. He'll pitch for the Astros in the day game. Should have a Locked On Astros postcast. I'll put it on the community page. I'm going to try. Day games are a little bit tough in the middle of the week, of course. You know, real life and everything like you guys. I'll let you know. But if not, of course, we'll be right back Friday night when they play the Baltimore Orioles at Minute Maid Park, which, by the way, if you missed that earlier today, they're going to call somebody up to start on Friday. So we'll see what happens with that, who makes the start. It's a tough spot. Tough spot to come in and make your first big league start, probably against the Baltimore Orioles, who last time I saw, they were holding on against the Yankees, I think. You know, they're battling in that AL East. The Orioles did win tonight, 7-6. They're 48-25 right now. Got to worry about tomorrow's baseball game first, though. But Arrighetti's got to bounce back. You know, he's got to have a good outing tomorrow against a team that you should have a good outing against. Chris Flexen's going to go for Chicago. Astros have a lot of track record against him, of course. And yes, Gregory, if I do get to 1,000 subscribers tonight, I'll do everything in my effort to make sure that we have a postcast tomorrow. But you guys got to knock out. You guys got to find 43 subscriptions. We might. I tell you this. Well, if we should have a postcast. It just possibly could be. You know, instead of like right when the game ends. We did this last week during the day game. I was about an hour after the game. It could be one of those situations again. We'll do one. It just might not be immediately after the game. It might be a couple of minutes after the game. I'll try and do it immediately after the game, but I'll let you know. We'll see what happens there. But they got to get a win tomorrow. Simple as that. You got to win another series, and those are the things that you have to do. You have to get to 1,000. God, I got to quit looking at these. You got to get back to close to 500 as you can. You got to do that by, of course, winning series. Simple as that. So stick around, hit the subscribe button, do your thing, get us there. We'll talk tomorrow after our win. It better be a win right here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.